We got ourselves a paladin. Oh man, what's his name? I gave him a name before. Chokes? I think it was Chokes. Or something. I don't even know. Chokes. I'll call him Chokes, yeah, because that's the last 3 runs. Big damage out of the paladin. Look at you, one-shot Kajix. Does he get you? Does not get the holy damage that he needs, however. Did he have a final verdict with that one? Chokes coming out. And I don't want to say he choked his burst, but his definitely wasn't quite as bombastic as it normally is. But the first duel up and running versus Kajix. Kajix playing an assassination, which you feel like Assass sometimes has a bit of a harder time going from like one person to the next in a duel. Is it just me, boys? I can't be the only one, right? Chokes getting hit with a kidney shot. No trigger for him. He did pop a lot of his cooldowns in the opener, but I guess he just, maybe Kajix just had a full flesh cut that absorbed a lot of it that I didn't watch. Shackles and Malediction. Chokes might be in a bad spot. Could potentially be a bubble. There's going to be a Hodge. Bubble right now, maybe. Shield of Vengeance at no health whatsoever. Does he blow a bubble? Trying to see if he might be able to catch up with a couple Word of Glories and a freedom to catch up to the Rogue. It's Kajix trying to maintain those dots on. Trying to maintain the pressure of poisons. Chokes actually switching from Word of Glories to actually final verdict. Skull Shot is up for Kajix, trying to avoid a little bit of the holy damage. And Chokes might just have to go for more Word of Glories, dispel himself with poisons, but Kajix reapplying him immediately without weapon throw. Almost getting the Shadow Step interrupt as Kajix just maintaining the calm points onto Chokes. Mark for Death is ready to go. Kidney shot that's going to be a trinket out of Chokes. Hodge into Kajix. No way out of it. Final verdict coming down. Cheat death, and actually does the Rogue get to live? He does not get to cheat death. Today, justice comes after him. In the name of Chokes, the Paladin. It looks like it's going to be a little bit of an honor duel between Poet and Chokes. Trying to go for a little bit of honor duel with one another. Chokes. Just getting the free judgment in, dude. With a slow immediately. Just like, hey, how's it going? Tag, you're it. With Poet catching up to him very quickly. Being a Demon Hunter null. You got one of the most least mobile classes in the game. Or one of the most mobile classes. Like, Chokes got nowhere to go. He better have some really good holy power generation. Using that Belf, I think, just for holy power. Just to maintain himself. And it looks like this man might just be waiting until the next set of wings with the final reckoning everything. And maybe just trying to whittle away the fleshcraft of Poet. Going to be a stun by the Demon Hunter. Big Fell Rush. Could be potentially Bubble. Chokes again at no health whatsoever. Trying to go for Shield of Vengeance. Get himself caught up. Quick imprisoned by Poet. Does Chokes a way to catch up while full wings are available. Hand of Freedom is available. Poet sitting behind the pillar, waiting for the Pala. Hodge coming down. Could be big damage. Poet just gonna have to take it. Not shrinking in this. Slime Shield proccing. Real low in health. That's gonna be the Demon Summon. Perfect opportunity for a Demon Summon. Catching the Demon with a Leech increase. Massive heal. Just catches up in full health bar. And Chokes got a bubble for that one, seeing the damage and pressure out of the Demon Hunter, seeing him recover so much. It just felt like, you know what, now is the time for immunity. And Poet still has not used Metamorphosis or anything. Quick Flash Cut, try to catch up on healing. That is going to be a rebuke out of Chokes, but Poet got a lot of that Flash Cut back up. A good portion of it for sure. And that's going to be a Succubus just chasing after Poet. One of his adoring fans, just trying to get an autograph. As Chokes just trying to get away from the DH. He knows there's going to be big heal available at DH after those bursts. He's trying not to. It looks like he's not committing too much burst right now. You're just waiting. As Poet slays another demon, consumes the soul like it's a snack, getting himself more pressure versus Chokes. Got a full stun. Ibeam probably has a big Fell Rush ready. Huge Fell Rush, massive damage. Chokes not in a great spot. Basic protection is not going to help. He does have a Shield of Vengeance. Might have to go for Shield of Vengeance as early as possible. Maybe we get low in health. He's just delaying that Shield of Vengeance. Got himself a proc. Final Verdict Hammer. It's going to be tricked out of Poet. Looks at Chokes swapping gears instead of getting aggressive with Poet, seeing the blur. He's just going to go a bit of defensive, a little bit of Word of Glories, wait it out a little bit. Poet getting interrupted on the I-Beam, actually getting the Fell Rush still either way. When you get interrupted on the I-Beam, do not get the Haze buff as a Demon Hunter. I actually need to check that out myself. Because I know that once you I-Beam, if you channel it, you get a pretty decent Haze buff, which could be pretty good for like the procs potentially. Maybe that would give you more procs of the Demon, unless those procs are set to like a set amount per minute. And that's going to be another Demon. Speak of the devil, and he appears. It's going to be a full I-Beam up for Poet, getting a big Fell Rush, chasing up to Chokes. And Chokes without a bubble for about 2 minutes. And it looks like the bubble actually might be back up sooner than we think. Try to see if he can catch up to Poet. He might have some full burst. He does have wings. And he wants to go for the big setup. That's going to be Pony getting used. Poet trying to see if he can get away from him. Going to be a Hodge. Does he pre-blur it? Nothing's available. Does he take him down, the Demon Hunter? Trying to go for final verdicts? No, actually, he's trying to go for last verdicts, but no wreck to follow that burst. And there goes the hammer. And I think now he gets the wreck potentially. I think now he's getting the wreck. So if only delayed that burst by a little and had everything to throw with the Demon Hunter, I think he would have been in a better spot. Poet getting stunned up. Again? Wait, what is that stun? Wait, did he just get the biggest cooldown reduction on his stun just now? Did Chokes just go for the biggest cooldown reduction on stun? Okay, he has to be going for the I think it's whenever you spend holy power into a finisher, you get cooldown back for your stun. I think that's what he's playing for. Poet though, with a bit of flesh scaft, get himself fully healthy right here, right now, with an Infernal approaching him, just walking at him, just an easy amount of health, easy damage increase anytime he needs to. Chokes, while dampening isn't super high so far, has been doing just fine, but as we hit that 6-minute mark, dampening is going to start climbing little by little. Chokes just trying to maintain himself as the Demon Hunter is not letting him off. He's just on top of his hitbox. Big eye beam, and looks like Duelist Chokes does go down without a bubble. Nothing he could do. As Poet did just whittle him down over time, just kept the pressure on. But he might have to switch gears because he's going up, it looks like, versus a mage. Very bursty. But Paladin's also very bursty. But Poet might have to go for like a hit and run strat. Or maybe just do the same thing as Valenciaga. Is that the name? Valenciaga, is that what this is? Valenciaga. Try to go for a G-Pie into a ring of fire. Not Ring of Frost, actually. Normally it would be a Ring of Frost into a Ring of Fire. And then pop a bunch of bursts into Poet. Quick stun onto the mage. And Poet is going to have to get through all the shields. He can dispel the shields pretty easily. Ring of Frost into Poet, going to be very, very DR'd, but a G-Pie should still be able to fly. Is going to get that interrupt onto Ring of Fire. And looks like the G-Pie actually did no damage to Poet. Is it just me? Or does it feel like it did no damage at all? Ring of Fire doing quite a bit of pressure. Meteor dropping down on Poet. Could be in a bad spot. Does kill the demon, slaying it. And is going to get himself a little bit extra health to work with. Blur is up to deal with the damage that's coming out of Valenciaga. Is going to imprison him for a second. If he can delay and deny any bits of that full-blown combustion damage, she's actually in a great spot. Poet, though, trying to see if he can catch up on health. Looks like he's backing up for a little bit. Flesh Cut is up, and Valenciaga is nowhere to interrupt it. Valenciaga is kind of lowish on health as long as Poet is able to deal with the shields. And that's going to be Missed Breath, which is really bad for Valenciaga. Trying to hit him with a poly. Looks like it's going to get interrupted. You can't outrun a Demon Hunter trying to blink around him with a Soul Shape. Going to be Valenciaga actually unable to land a poly onto Poet whatsoever. Was that a Shadow Melt for a second? Did he Shadow Melt it? At the last possible second, Valenciaga got a little bit of healing recovery, but at 80% dampening, he can only do so much. Got himself a triple shield. Should be able to recover a bit of health. Got a full poly onto Poet. And maybe that cooldown reduction with shift and power might be able to get him some cooldowns back quicker. Another repoly. Looks like he's just going for food. I think he's just maybe trying to go for a full reset versus Poet. Got a full triple poly with a Frostbolt to follow. At least trying to slow down the Demon Hunter in some way. And actually, Frostbolt slow is actually kind of good. Making Poet just actually work towards getting mobility back to back after Valenciaga. Quick route after and has himself full images. Poet, does he go for darkness here? Actually, instead, just a quick imprison interrupt versus Valenciaga. Has an interrupt still, so he could be in a good spot. Polymorph coming out by Valenciaga. And Poet might just have to take a G-Pie to the face. Another G-Pie. Actually, wait, Poly? Now G-Pie. Does he go with the Ring of Peace afterwards or Ring of Frost? G-Pie into Ring of Fire, interrupted immediately. Poet taking a little bit of damage. I-Beam not quite hitting Valenciaga. The Fire Mage has combustion ready to go. If he wants to, Ring of Fire is going to be up. No way to interrupt it. Quick Nova onto Poet. Shackles of Addiction right after. Does get a stun onto it. Poet now will not be able to really stop there goes Combustion. Darkness is down versus Combustion with Blur. Just trying to see if it might be able to blur it. Picking up the Demon Soldiers to catch up on a little bit of healing at 26% dampening. Valenciaga does go for the Altar Time just to maintain himself the best possible. Breathing onto the I-Beam of Poet. It looks like he maybe just wants to finish him off as best as he can. Poet trying to see if he can back up out of there. Does he have the Flesh Craft? If he has any kind of slow onto Valenciaga, the Flesh Craft is going to be full. Almost getting a full Flesh Craft. The Demon joined the fight. Going to be a quick Ring of Frost. Poet interrupting it with a stun. Could take down the Demon if he wants to. Maybe he's saving it for a little bit later. Quick breath of the poet. Might just have to take down the demon, dude. Might have to pop it like a balloon. Does get to. But that's going to be a quick heal with that massive damage turned around. Actually, Ultra Valenciaga after picking up the demon soul. Got himself a good proc or two. Throwing down the glaives. Trying to make the IBM work. Valenciaga just trying to stay away. Got the mobility as a knight. Fey mage. Poet still in the chase. Is a demon hunter after all. Interrupt him on the cooldown reduction of power siphon. And that's going to be Valenciaga. The only thing he has to worry about is maybe Kevin Slime spinning at him, trying to break that shield. But the triple shield keeping him alive. Doesn't go for repoly onto Poet or anything like that. As the Demon Hunter trying to catch up. Interrupt him on Arcane. That's going to be a Frost, maybe with a G-Power right after. Poet reverses that Ruin back into Valenciaga, just not to stay in there. Poly trying to make a play. I think that was another Shadow Meld. It does have the demon to help him out. Could just blow up the demon right now into Valenciaga. That is going to do some damage to the seed pod. But looks like maybe he wants to keep it for himself for now. The music just kind of stopped. That's awkward. Gonna be Archie up next. As it has a shaman trapping the Poet in inside of the static link totem. Poet taking down his own demon. Seeing all these spells getting summoned up for Archie, which is good for him because he cleaned up the room for us. But gonna be a big ascendance for Archie. Looking to end the duel right here. Still holding on to a trinket. Poet unable to quite take him down just yet. Got himself a big I-beam. Could kill the Doom Lord anytime he wants to. And probably should. Archie trying to max out the damage. Looks like this is going to be a big kill for Poet. Does Archie go for a Chain Harvest? Has he used it yet? If he does, might want to use it. If he has it, he might want to use it ASAP. Looks like it's going to be a reverse by Poet. Reversing the necrotics back to Archie. Archie looking for a heal, but 30% damage. It could be really bad for him. Does catch up a heal one more time. Quick stun by Archie. Looks like somehow still healing himself, still surviving, even though he's at no health whatsoever. Getting those double heals from the PvP talent. A Poet catching up on a big flesh shaft. Not as big as it could be. 41% dampening is dampening up Flashcraft, but it's still pretty massive. Looks like Poet is kind of stuck in a static link until he eliminates the totem. Archie get himself at least one heal. If he could go for more like that, he'll be okay. Gonna be a big fell rush by Poet. Archie is Venthyr, so I guess he used Chain Harvest at some point. Must have. And Poet does take him out. And next is gonna be another mage. What is the name? Sampler. Is it supposed to be like sampler, like sampling products? Like, is it the kind of guy that goes to like a not Walmart, like a Sam's Club, and he walks around like the aisle where people like, you know, there's food and they have free samples? Is it just a guy sampling, just taking the free food? That's his lunch for the day. Sampler? Is that what it's supposed to be? Or sampler? Or is it like, I don't even know. I don't even know, actually. I don't even know, dude. Actually don't even know. Gonna be a breath by Sampler. Trying to land a poly onto Poet, but he just faced against a mage. He knows exactly how those guys fight. Sampler trying to get the fireballs in. So his combustion is down. He's not playing Meteor, so I think he's just trying to go for fireballs. Wait. He's on the same server as Fruity Dad. Is this Fruity Dad? Is this Fruity Dad on like an alt or like a changed name? Because he's literally on the same server as Fruity. Is that Fruity's like alt? As a Night Fae? Because Fruity, I think, is not Night Fae. I think he's like Venthyr or something. Is he even? Is he Kyrian? I'm not even sure. But Sampler on the same server as Fruity Dad. Also playing the mage. Big breath onto Poet. But he's still under pressure by the Demon Hunter. Needs a triple shield. Might be an ice block here. Does he go for the Cauterize? It looks like Cauterize. He's going to let that happen. Got himself a blink. To at least maintain himself for a bit. Triple shield to follow. At least absorbing some of that Cauterize. And it's going to give him a little bit of health back. Or at least keep as much of the health from that Cauterize as he can. Going to be Ring of Fire. Almost connecting. Ice block for Sampler. And that's going to be a full flesh cut for Poet. Trying to see if he might be able to draw the mage out of the ice block. Wait, is Poet healing? I saw him healing for a second while flesh cut was up. And I was like, wait, is it like chipping away auto attack of the ice and healing from the ice or something while in meta? That would have been interesting. Just keep hitting into ice block and you'll get healed. Demon Poet as a sheep. The demons attracted him either way, dude. There's something about him. You know, he just has a way with animals. Gonna be Sampler getting stunned up. Gonna be really bad. It looks like it's gonna be Seed Pod. There's no way Poet cannot get him. Cannot fight through it. So far, the Demon Hunter has had a 4 for 4, I believe, right? And looks like Talon Rise is gonna be the last one. Is this gonna be the 5th? Is this gonna be the 5th one, boys? Is this the 5th? Talon Rice looking to get some damage versus Poet. Does DH 1v5? Yes or no? Ask a community. Yo, let's do a poll real quick. Does the DH go for 1v5? Wait, Poet actually could be in a really bad spot. I think the poll might actually be a little bit too early to use. Gonna be Ivy right now for Poet. Talon Rice looking to make some damage happen. Gonna be a blur with darkness down. Does force a bubble out of the Paladin, but Poet is at no health whatsoever. First aid. Oh, looks like he goes down. Wait a second. Oh no. Now I have to end the poll. We didn't get a lot of votes. I literally want to start a poll thinking that duel would last longer, but then I have to cancel it immediately. I tried to do a poll. You can do polls in the YouTube chat. I tried to make it happen. We got 9 votes. So whoever said no won that one. I was thinking it was going to last way longer. I really thought the duel was going to last longer. Wait, he only has 2. Okay, he had 1.8 million damage. This man just...